So excited because my nephew from Italy is visiting and we are going to make some melanzane sott'olio, pickled eggplant. So now that we have our eggplant, Lorenzo and I are going to peel them with this potato peeler or vegetable peeler. And we're gonna do them just a bit at a time because we don't want them to oxidize. And in a minute, we're going to shred them with the mandolin. And now we're just gonna get this top off. And again, make sure that all the skin is off as well. So now that we have about 3 of them ready, we're gonna get the mandolin out and we'll show you what's next. Now this is the mandolin my husband gave me. You can totally use a knife and do the same thing, but this will go much quicker. So I'm gonna get the eggplant and just slide it across here. And you'll see about the thickness. You see it's about this thick right here, maybe 1/4 of an inch. And we're gonna do this until all of them are cut up. This makes it much, much quicker and easier. Just be careful. Right now the garden is plentiful with eggplant, and so we're trying to find different ways to use them up. Now that some of them have already been shredded, we're going to put some salt on there, and then we're going to drench them with white wine vinegar. Quindi si usa il vino bianco, sale.
Ma guarda.
And then we're going to put just a bit more salt, stir it up, and we'll shred the rest of the eggplant. So here we have peeled all the eggplant, and since our bowl was a bit too small, we transferred everything in here. And to this we're going to keep adding the salt. E Lorenzo, mi metteresti l'aceto?
Certo.
Perfetto.
Tutto.
Sì, sì, tutto. We're going to stir it all up, and it will macerare. It will just sit and soak in this solution.
Zia, deve stare così tutta la notte?
This actually will stay in this solution for an hour and a half, and then we'll put it in a cheesecloth, and we will have to put it on top of a colander and let all this juice, the vinegar and even the juice from the eggplant itself, leak out. This is the clean tea towel. What we will do later is put all of the eggplant in here and then set it on top of this colander, and overnight for 24 hours, this is where all the juice will leak out from. So let's look. An hour and a half has gone by, and now we are ready to get this colander right here. I'm gonna set it right on top of this cookie sheet. We're going to place, are you talking? My little grandbaby's here. We're gonna put this right in here and place all the eggplant right into this. And this is where it's going to drain all night long. We're gonna wrap this little package up just like this. And then we're going to place this lid right on here, and on top of the lid we're going to place a weight, which is this big pot of water, and this is going to push everything down, and over the 24 hours it's going to be able to drain. You have to be mindful over here to check your pan to make sure it's not overflowing, but it is already, look at there how much is coming out. Well, 24 hours are up. Let's find out. Lorenzo is going to move this pot. We eventually put a plate on there. Do you want to see the reduction? Look at this. This is absolutely unbelievable. Ti rendi conto quanto si è?
Incredibile.
Eh?
È piccolissimo.
Piccolissimo. And here is our eggplant, which now we're going to have to separate. And we're just going to kind of shake it like this, and in the meantime even more of these seeds will fall out. Now if we shake it a bit like this, since it's in the colander, you see how some of the seeds fall out? And I'm gonna do this until a lot of them are out. Che profumino di aceto, eh?
Buonissimo.
Do you want to see how many seeds came out? Look at that. So now, Lorenzo, me lo sposteresti questo?
Certamente.
Grazie. Poi metto nel lavandino. And now we're going to transfer all of this into our bowl. And it is here where we're going to add some garlic, cayenne pepper, and lots of olive oil. Senti Lorenzo, te potresti tagliare un po' di questo peperoncino?
Certamente.
Io intanto taglio questo aglio.
Fine fine.
Molto fine, sì. So we're going to cut this cayenne pepper nice and fine. I'm going to peel this garlic and cut this very fine as well. And then later on we're going to do some parsley as well. And this is what is going to go into our mixture.
Sarà buonissimo.
Sarà delizioso. You have to kind of be patient with this because you're supposed to let it rest in the refrigerator for about 2 months, maybe a month. But so I'm going to add the garlic right in here. Questo va benissimo. Just make sure to wash your hands. Devi lavarti le mani dopo. Because that would burn. There. So we got most of our spices in there.
A posto.
And next is going to be the parsley. And now the parsley, il prezzemolo. We're just gonna kind of cut the stems off, set those to the side. And I'm already roughly going to cut it with my knife, and then we'll go
Con la mezzaluna.
with the mezzaluna, sì. Ci vuoi provare con la mezzaluna?
Sì, certamente.
Allora, così e avanti e indietro. Lorenzo loves to cook. He especially loves to bake. He is excellent at what he does. We're going to transfer this in here as well. And then the olive oil. In the background, you may be able to hear the noise of our jars that are sterilizing. And now the olive oil. So last night when we put the eggplant in the colander, I did not first squeeze it. So we went back and really squeezed a lot of the vinegar out. So we're already going to start with about this much olive oil right here. And then once they're in the jars, we're going to have to top it off. So stir all this up, vero? And these, even today, they'll be delicious. But in about a month, oh my goodness, they are going to be very good. So I'm going to keep adding some more olive oil, and then we'll place them in the jars. If you don't have fresh hot pepper, you can also use hot pepper flakes and just put those in there, and that will do the trick. This is a great recipe to make if you either have an overabundance of eggplant in the garden, or there is a special price at the store for them. Now we're going to take our jars that have been sterilized, e Lorenzo, si possono cominciare a riempire così,
barattoli.
sì, e poi dopo ci si mette l'olio. So we're going to fill them up, and then we're going to add the oil to it, and the oil needs to really cover them up. None of them should show up at the surface without oil. Can you believe it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little jars. That's it from all that eggplant, but it will be well worth it. We're gonna wipe off the edges and then fill them up with oil. And now the oil. We're going to be very generous with the oil because that later on is not going to be wasted, since it can be used in a pasta dish or even on top of bread or in a salad. So don't worry about wasting the oil. Right now we're going to pour this much in, let it settle. We need to make sure all the air is out from the jars, and we're going to help that with the fork. I'm going to pick the jar up and then go down with the fork and just make sure that we get all the air bubbles coming out. Te Lorenzo, se vuoi puoi farlo con quello.
Posso aiutare?
Certo. Favoloso. Okay, we're gonna do this with all the jars. So I'm gonna slide down like this and make sure, you see some of these air bubbles coming up. You wanna make sure that all the air is down. There we go. And I think we can close our jars, although some of them might need another drizzle of olive oil. Te come va, Lorenzo?
Benissimo.
Bene? È
La
uscita
riuscita.
tutta l'aria, vediamo.
Tutto.
Benissimo. All right. Top it off with a little bit more oil in all of them. And guys, it is well worth trying this. It's kind of a long procedure, but it's well worth it. Ora allora possiamo coprirli. Vediamo un po'.
Con I tappi.
We're gonna close them up with the lid. And later we will open one up to taste, but the rest we'll put in the refrigerator. We slice the baguette and we're gonna place this in the oven just to toast a bit, and then we're gonna serve this delicious stuff right on there and we will get to taste it. The gas oven is lit. We're gonna slide these slices of baguette in there and allow them to toast. Ora mi sa che si possono prendere fuori. We're gonna take these out. They're slightly toasted, but that's exactly how we want them. Well, bread is ready, and now I'm gonna take just a bit of this olive oil and drizzle it right over the bread because this is already very flavorful. And then Lorenzo, mi aiuteresti poi a mettere
Certamente. Lo
tutte
facciamo
queste
insieme.
cosine? Sì, perfetto. So Lorenzo's gonna help me put the eggplant on, and we're just gonna place some of this good stuff right on here. Now this would be also very delicious in a cold pasta, on a sandwich, just as a nice side dish. And once again, if these sit so, they're even gonna be more flavorful. Ne vuoi assaggiare uno? Should we try one?
Molto volentieri.
Ok, grab one. Prendine uno. Vediamo un po'. Buonissimo. Così buono, mamma mia. So good. Buon appetito.